So I think I have a helmet problem. It's Fast Lane. Hey guys, welcome to Fast Lane. On today's episode, we're going to be talking all about motorcycle helmets and the fact that I bought another one and I'm not exactly sure why. So here's the deal. I absolutely love motorcycle helmets, and I really don't think that you can have too many of them. They come in so many shapes and sizes and colors and patterns and all kinds of cool things. And if you look back here on the shelf, I know you can't really see it very well, there's like a half dozen of them back there. So I just figured, hey, I might as well get another one. But why on earth would I need another helmet when I've got some really, really cool helmets back there? So here in Oregon, it has been raining cats and dogs. If you know anything about the Pacific Northwest, we get a lot of rain. It's very cold, it's very rainy, it gets quite foggy here in the Pacific Northwest. And I haven't been taking the Indian Scout out in the rain really at all. But spring is a-coming, and probably in just the next couple weeks, we're gonna start seeing the first signs of spring from what the weather report sounds like. And you know, last year, I totally baked my head. If you watch it all, you know that I am a commuter motorcycle rider. I take this baby or whatever bike that I have and I ride back and forth to work all, summer long, all year long if I have a bike to do that kind of riding. And last year I just totally baked my head and I was like thinking, I'm gonna get myself some kind of a cooler helmet for this next spring and summer riding season. So, I initially thought, maybe I'm gonna get the Icon Airflight. I've already got it in the Rubitone Black, but I was thinking maybe I'm gonna get the Icon Airflight Peacemaker in the matte or the Rubitone White and put a peak on it and wear some goggles. And I was like, that would be pretty cool, and it'd be pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? So that got me kind of thinking like, well, I don't have to spend that much money because the Icon Airflight Peacekeeper is like $300 and some. They are not a cheap helmet, and they're a great helmet, but they're not cheap. And I was like, I'm going to look around. I'm going to see if there's some other options. So when I saw this particular helmet, I was just like, that is the helmet for me. Behold, the Bilt Luxe Division helmet. That's right, folks. I said Bilt. Yeah, I know some people like scrunch their nose at Bilt and a lot of other cycle gear products. They have the Reax line, they have the Sidisi line. They got a lot of different lines. But you know what? They actually have come a long ways. And I've had a lot of street and steel products from Cycle Gear. I've had some of their rain gear and some of their cold weather gear that has actually worked pretty well, and that was Bilt gear. And I've got a Sidisi helmet over there. It's like an adventure style helmet. That's been a great helmet for me, and I've been wearing this stuff for a long time. So regardless of what you think about Bilt, trust me, they've come a long ways. And I gotta say, man, I'm not embarrassed to have this little Bilt tag on my gear anymore. So let's talk about the Bilt Luxe Division race helmet and why I wanted to get a hold of this helmet. Okay, first things first, this helmet looks freaking really cool. Now they have it in a lot of different colorways and styles and such, but the reason this one really jumped out to me is because it looks a lot like a Fast House style helmet. So if you know anything about Fast House, they make some very cool motorcycle gear, gloves, jerseys, full-on race gear and such. And man, their stuff is so cool. And I love the style of Fast House, but it's not cheap. And I think their helmets run from about $200 all the way up to about $1,000. So how can you get that Fast House look for way cheaper? The Bilt Luxe Race Division helmet. This sucker comes in at, I think it's like $119. Yeah, super duper cheap. It's very light. It's like 3 pounds, 2 ounces. It is a very lightweight helmet. This one here is the Lux Race Division graphic. It's a matte finish, which is really good. It really doesn't hold fingerprints, which I like. So it's got matte black finish, this matte black kind of checker flag, checkerboard. Reminds me of a set of Vans, you know, those checkered Vans we all wear. And these lightning bolts, I think, look freaking super rad, and they kind of remind me of some of Roland Sand stuff or even Rusty Butcher. So it's just a polycarb shell, you know, it's a ABS plastic or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's just plastic shell. DOT, ECE certified. That's good. That's perfect. Pretty comfortable. It's not the most comfortable helmet you're ever going to want to ride in. I mean, you're not going to be taking a trip across America in this thing. At least I don't think. I mean, you can if you want to. But I think this helmet absolutely gets the job done. You are never going to get a cooler helmet as far as temperature-wise than an MX style helmet when we're talking full face helmets. It's just not going to happen unless you get, you know, one of those that's like transformable and the whole front comes up or something. You know, but an MX style helmet is one of the coolest helmets you can wear, you know, when you're out there on the trails, when you're on the street or whatever, because there's just, this whole area is full on airflow. Plus there's vents here, there's vents in the front. You're going to get a ton of air with this helmet. Now, if you know anything about me, you know, I'm like one of those guys that I like to mix and match my styles. I don't get stuck in a rut. I will wear an adventure helmet. I will wear an MX style helmet. I'll wear like an Icon style helmet with my cruiser, bobber, whatever you want to call this thing. I think it's cool. I think it's cool to switch your style up. And if you ever watch like Roland Sands Design or any of these guys, they do it all the time, man. And they make it look freaking cool. I want to be cool. You know, the only thing you're probably going to get that's actually cooler than an MX helmet is like one of those half peanut shell helmets. And you know, that is just not my look. That's not my style. You know, I don't like them personally. I think they're absolutely worthless. And you know, I think that is a helmet that's simply for people that just don't want to wear a helmet. If that's you, that's cool, man. You do you. But for me, I like full face helmets. I think they look cool and I like to wear them. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just do your thing and I'm going to do mine. And if you don't like it, I guess comment below. So super cool story about how I got a hold of this helmet. Now, Cycle Gear, probably in your town, has a bike night. I think it starts in March and it goes till about like September or something. And it's like the second Tuesday of every month. So if you haven't checked it out, go check out Cycle Gear's bike night. During their bike nights, they have, you know, they have food and soda pop and things like that. And they have some fun games and stuff. And they always have, well, at least in our town, they always have a raffle and you can win some money. Well, I've won money a couple times. I've won 2 $25 gift certificates 2 different times. And man, I think that's super cool. Last month was the first bike night of the season. It actually sunshined that day and I got to ride the bike, which was so awesome. Well, I won myself a $25 gift card. And, you know, they put the money on the card. They gave me the receipt. I went on home with it. I got to look at the receipt and I was like, holy smokes, this says like $287 on it or something. I'm like, that can't be right. So I took the card. I got on Cycle Gear's website and I was getting ready to buy something. I was like, you know, I'm gonna check the balance and just see what it is. Sure enough, the balance comes up. $287 is on this card. Well, if you know me, I'm not spending that money, man. That is not what I do. That is not the kind of person I am. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or anything, but I just don't think it would be right to steal that money when all I won was $25 and all they intended to give me was $25. So I got on the phone, I called them up and I was like, hey man, I just realized you guys gave me way too big of a gift card. And I just want you to know if you're missing that money or you don't know who you gave that money to or whatever, your till came out wrong. I don't know how this stuff works. Please don't get anybody in trouble for it. Don't fire anybody. It's no big deal. I'm going to bring that card back and you can just swap me out for the $25. So they were super appreciative. They were like, thanks. Yeah, we'll see you. And I was like, okay, I'll come down after a while. So I headed on down and I went in and they began to do the process of changing out the card. And they're of course very thankful. You know, it was really cool. And when they handed me my, what was supposed to be $25 gift card, it was a $50 gift card. Pays to do the right thing. So I decided I'm going to buy my new helmet because I've got this $50 gift card and the helmet I think is only like 119 bucks. So, you know, right now we're sitting at about like what, $70 or something. Well, I had gotten an email, and I had like a $15 or something off coupon from Cycle Gear as well. So I went down, I started trying helmets. I wanted to make sure it was the one I wanted. Yeah, so they, they took my $50 gift card and the $15 coupon I had. They were like, we'll just make that 20. And I got the helmet for literally like 50 bucks. All right, is there any downside to this helmet? I'd say the downsides are, it's probably not the most comfortable helmet you're ever gonna wear. It's not bad at all. I think it's comfy. There are no speaker cutouts on it. And there's also only one shell size for this helmet, which, big deal. It looks fine, it fits perfect, and I think it's awesome. So if you're really jonesing to run a Sena or a Bluetooth or a mesh system or something like that where you can have your speakers in there, you're probably gonna have to do a little work in there to make sure that can fit fine for you, but that's no big deal. I mean, you can do that if you really want that. I will say this about this helmet. I went ahead and got it in a medium. I felt like I tried on the large and I tried on the medium. They're the same shell size, so it really doesn't matter. I felt like the medium just fit a little bit more snug and fit perfect. Usually I get a large. I'm probably on the smaller side of a large, honestly, but I usually get a large. But this helmet, I got a medium, so you might want to try it out and check it out for yourself. So last thing I think is so super cool about the Bilt Luxe Race Division helmet is obviously you can just slap like a cheap pair of goggles on here, maybe a pair of 100% or something, that are like 30 bucks or something like that. And you got a whole lot of money extra to get yourself some Fast House gear to go with it. So to tell you the truth, Fast House's helmets are pretty spendy, but their gear really are not that expensive. So you got your helmet super cheap, you got money to buy some sick gear to go with it. I don't know what these are called, but these are Fast House gloves that I found that absolutely look amazing and look like they pretty much belong. They belong with that helmet. Yeah, man, you could get a jersey to go right with it if you wanted to, and you'll be looking freaking sick. I will say this about these gloves. The touch sensitivity for your phone is absolutely off the charts. I've never found a pair of gloves that you can swipe your phone any better than these bad boys. All right, guys, so that is the Bilt Race Luxe Division helmet from Cycle Gear. About 119 bucks, or you can get it on sale, or get yourself a gift certificate like me and you'll be getting it really cheap. If you enjoyed the video, can I ask you to please hit the like button right now, subscribe to the channel if you would, and share it with a friend. It helps these videos go all around the world, and I appreciate it. So I cannot wait to get out and go riding with this helmet. Man, I hope the sun comes out soon. I'll see you next time. It's Fastlane.